Hi, in our updated classroom AV system, we have new HD projectors, motorized projection screens, touch screen PCs, fixed control panels, and audio systems combined in the new lectern. Let's start our training with the components of the lectern. We have a fixed control panel, we have a fixed touch screen PC, and USB inputs and power button for the PC. When we come here, we have a tray for the keyboard and mouse. And on the side, we have the PC CD input, which you can see. It's either on the left side or the right side according to the classroom. And when you want to use your own laptop, you have this table over here, and you have the audio input, VGA input, HDMI input, and network connection, and power plugs. Now we begin the training with the details of the control panel. When we push the on button, it powers on all the equipment in the room, including the projector, projection screen, sound system, and the PC. You don't have to push another button to turn on the PC. So when you have a presentation with the PC, you just have to use the on button and continue with the presentation. It takes almost 1 minute to have everything ready to start the presentation, so it's a good idea to turn on the system as soon as you arrive in the classroom. When the buttons are blinking, it doesn't take any other input command, so please, as long as you see a blinking button, don't use the control panel. When the blinking is finished, you can then use the control panel. Yes, now we are ready. As you can see, the PC is automatically turned on, synchronized with the projection system. If we continue with the controls of the control panel, we have the PC button, which you see it's already selected and it's bright. We have the laptop button, freeze button, and blank button. We will come to the laptop button later on. Now we go to freeze button. It freezes the content on the projection. So if you want to prepare something else other than what's seen on the projector screen, you can just press the button. You see that it's red now. And then you can use the computer, and whatever you're doing is not shown on the projector screen. So when you press it again, then your updated content, it's being shown on the projection screen. And when you push blank, it doesn't completely turn off the projector, it just blanks the image to the black, and it pulls up the projection screen so you can use the whiteboard behind you. And you press it again, it comes to the original state, which you see the projection and the projection screen. And when you want to use your own laptop, over here, which you have the cables, and let's say if you're gonna use HDMI input for your laptop, you just take this cable, connect it to your HDMI input, it doesn't do anything automatically. You need to come back here and push the laptop button, and then the content of your laptop will be shown. But when you press the laptop button for the first time, it shows the HDMI input. And if you want to use a VGA laptop with your VGA connection, then you need to press it again, so you see the red. When you see red, it means the VGA connection is active. And when you press it again, then you go back to HDMI input. And when you want to go back to the fixed PC, you can always choose the PC button and it switches to the PC input. Okay, let's leave this. And when it comes to the audio of the system, whenever you choose the HDMI input already carries the audio signal on its own, so you don't need to do anything on the switching side. You only need to adjust your Windows operating system and be sure that you're sending the audio through HDMI. And if you're using VGA system, you need to plug in the audio cable along with the VGA cable so that your computer is sending the audio signal along with the VGA signal. And you can adjust the volume using the volume knob over here on the controller, and you see the level of the volume over here, so you can always adjust your volume through here. And it's a good surround system in the classroom. And if you have with the fixed PC in the lectern, you have your USB inputs over here. You can just plug in your USB stick and get the content to the fixed PC, and you can present it over here. And if you want to turn the PC off without compromising with the projection system, you can just push the button and it turns off the fixed PC, but the projection system is still on. And in order to use with your presentations in the fixed PC, we have a touch screen. The touch capability is like a tablet PC which you use every day. It's a good touch screen which you use every day. We have a simple smartboard software which is already installed on your desktop. You can see it here. It's called Open Suncor. You can double click and start the software. It starts as a whiteboard. You can use the tray over here in order to choose your pen, eraser, marker, cursor, anything you want to use. You can just press on it and create your content. You can choose your colors, you can choose your line thickness, you can choose your eraser thickness, and you can erase everything using this button, so you're back to 0. And if you want to show your, if you want to annotate on your presentation, for example, you can just use Show Desktop button over here, and you go back to your desktop. You have a presentation open. You just click on it, and you see your presentation. And using this tray over here, you can choose your pen, and you can annotate or highlight your presentation. And if you want to go back to the desktop view, if you want to quit the desktop view and go back to the whiteboard, you can just click on this and you're back to your whiteboard. And if you want to export whatever you've done, if you want to export, you just go to Documents, and using this export button, you can export to PDF. So if you created some content and you want to save it, you just export it to PDF, and you can take it or email it to your colleagues. And if you want to quit the software anytime, you can just click on this small arrow over here, and you can quit the software clicking the quit button, and you still have your presentation open. And if you want to write something, you can always use the keyboard and mouse over here. So if you want to type in something, your password, your login, you can use the keyboard over here. And if you're done with your presentation and class, then you can just go to the control panel. You can push off until you see that it's turned to red. It's almost 3 seconds. And you start seeing the blinking the off button. As long as it's completely straight, you cannot do anything else with the panel. And just to remind you, it also shuts down the PC in the lectern, so you don't have to go back to the PC and shut it down. It automatically shuts down the PC in the lectern. Shuts down the projection screen, shuts down the sound system, shuts down the projector and everything else. And when it's still, the red is still, you're done with the system. You can always see the instruction card on the lectern to get further help. And if you need further help from the IT department, you can always call 9988 for on-site support.